In the fall 2019 semester, brush fires shut down Moorpark College, disrupting the educations of thousands of students. Natural disasters like this offer a huge challenge to overcome for schools and...
Hey, I'm Emily Consaga, the creator of this video. At the beginning of this process, this video was going to be about growth mindset and how we use that to help our STEM students. I was going to focus on how Moorpark College overcame the challenge of the brush fires to hold a conference on that subject. But little did we know at the time that there were so many more challenges ahead of us.
The U.S. death toll now above 150,000.
2 months of pandemic layoffs totaling 36.5 million.
Mass protests here in the United States have sparked a global movement against racial discrimination.
The coronavirus crisis is turning into an eviction crisis.
Tonight, killer hornets invading the U.S. and Canada.
There's a mutuality and there's a recognition of our interdependence that requires of this moment that we direct a statewide order for people to stay at home.
In what ways have recent events, especially the quarantine, affected you and your students?
I feel like after being in quarantine now for, about 6 weeks, that I've kind of just hit a wall where I have zero drive or motivation to do anything.
It's just the same thing every single day, and it's hard to be inspired.
I think students are dealing with a lot of, are in a very vulnerable place right now, especially if they were already in a vulnerable place to begin with.
Fires and pandemics alike make it easy to forget that many students are already struggling with their educations.
On the first day of class, when I see my students, some of them just have this attitude oh, another math class.
But every once in a while, you'll find students, especially about subjects like math. I think that's really common to just say, and this is something I said throughout my whole life, I'm bad at math. And in my mind, I would never, ever be good at it.
40% of college students drop out before graduation, and required math and English classes are often cited as the reason. How can educators help students overcome all the challenges that face them?
What does growth mindset mean to you?
It's the idea that everybody can improve with effort. It's not just that you think you can improve and then you improve. You have to put in the work.
The neuroplasticity of the brain, and that we can create new pathways, new neurological pathways with increased use.
For me, growth mindset's a life philosophy. It's the idea of embracing challenges and that not everything we're going to know how to do 100% or be the best at. But it's okay, because if you apply a growth mindset, it's that idea of I'm not there yet, but I can be.
But how can educators implement growth mindset in their classrooms? Practice compassion.
An abundance of compassion is, that's always how I operate when I'm teaching, but I think especially now.
Present failure as an opportunity to grow.
The whole basis of growth mindset is that it's based on failure. It sounds horrible, it sounds negative, but the idea is that you learn from failure.
I use a lot of revision and a lot of low stakes writing so they can practice without being worried about if it's going to get a good grade or if it is right or if it is wrong.
Recognizing it's okay to struggle and it's okay to make mistakes, because it's in that struggle and it's in that making the mistakes that we end up discovering the truth and we discover whatever we're learning in a deeper way.
Encourage students to ask for help.
Use this as a tool, instead of feeling like you can't do it so you don't want to and you don't have the ability or you've never been good at it. It's that idea of embracing the struggle. We're not there yet, but we can keep working at it. And if you're willing to keep working at it, I think that that's the biggest idea for a student to get across in a tutoring session, is that we're there for them, we'll support them, and we do believe in them. So let's just keep working at it.
Some of the assignments that I have them do for me are just essentially reports on how their essay writing is going, but individualized just to me, so that way I can have a kind of a one-on-one, almost like a office hour kind of conversation with them, so that way hopefully they still feel there's some sort of connection between me and themselves.
Be honest about your own hardships.
I've struggled with growth mindset, definitely, because I don't know, it's just a personal, like, I have like a block, like a mental block towards it sometimes, because I get frustrated. Yeah. I need a problem presented to me on a platter, and I'm like, okay, I can growth mindset that.
Encourage the love of learning.
To be a really good teacher, a good educator, to answer that calling is to always be a student and like to always be in awe of something, and to be curious about something. And sometimes to be curious about something shows that you like don't know about it, and that's okay.
I think some of the best ways that we can help students succeed is by starting to work with them on the ideas that intelligence and motivation and things like that aren't inherent. There's something that we grow within ourselves and by using the help of others. I genuinely believe that this is something that we can work on and that in the end, anyone can succeed.
Anyone can succeed.
Of course, anyone can succeed.
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 And zooming out, I believe that we need to take this entire situation, the COVID crisis and the Black Lives Matter movement, as an opportunity to learn from our past mistakes and to grow past them.